Okay, so you have it.
So, how y'all doing?
Okay.
What's up?
Yeah.
Looks that way. Very well. Death.
I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
Samurai bow. Chamane.
Who?
I think that was one of the ones that Meta did back in the day. I couldn't find any of the other ones. I was asking Venom the website, and I got the link for it.
I know you fucking did.
Yeah.
You had the podcast on your last stream too. Yeah.
You know we got it. Yeah. Kill potent, got them niggas choking. They can say whatever, couldn't say it, haven't spoken. Niggas asking money, y'all don't understand.
When the ring announcer accidentally says "fuck the Cowboys," it's just, "Let's go Cowboys." You know, when they type it into those little blimps that be flying above and shit.
Got some holding different colors, like a passionate pacifist catching me gallivanting. Reference these women nakedly. Why? Probably cause I'm sick in the mind.
Fuck no.
Now what will it be? Death or exile?
I'm here.
You think we're going out on?
I thought you said Raw.
You have another thing coming.
Cause Raw is in here, my friend.
Looks that way. Very well. Death
Yeah, Rob.
by exile.
That's your thing.
You captured Zone A.
Control C. And then paste is Control V.
You captured Zone A.
I'm trying to, man.
Now you wanna do some shit like that?
You know we got it. Yeah.
No, never mind. I thought you were prepared, bro. I thought no one used some shit. You're not Iron Man. Get the fuck out of here.
So you want that one?
Oh, she led the way. I
That's
touched her
insane.
when the mother take a trip to Georgia in the summer. Got some hoes in different colors, like a passionate pacifist catching me gallivanting. Reference these women nakedly. Why? Probably cause I'm sick in the mind. Body let the beast out the box. Shawty give me top till I pop. Little nigga bitch and never give a fuck about a nigga. I was
I just realized we can hear all this in the background.
Death or
Yeah.
exile?
They can't hear you, but they can hear us.
Add on to that ice willingly. You have another thing coming. Death That looks that way. Very well. Death by exile.
You captured Zone A. You captured Zone A.
AKs, nigga, Glocks. You know we got it, nigga.
Yeah.
Kill potent, got them niggas choking. They can say whatever, couldn't say I haven't spoken. Niggas asking money, y'all don't understand the notion. Did it, had to do it, had to pull a lot of motion. So when I be in a pussy, it be wetter than the ocean. Kill a motherfucker, send them all of my condolences. I ain't got a heart cause I was born and it was broken. Threw away the pieces, ain't affected by emotion. Oh, she led the way I touch her when the mother take a trip to Georgia in the summer. Got some hoes in different colors, like a passionate pacifist catching me gallivanting. Rough with these women nakedly. Why? Probably cause I'm sick in the mind. Why they let the beast out the box? Shawty give me top till I pop. Still a nigga bitch and never give a fuck about a nigga. I was in the army.
Now what will it be? Death or exile? Crane, if you think we're going out onto that ice willingly, you have another thing coming. Death, that looks that way. Very well. Death by exile.
You captured Zone A. You captured Zone A.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Exile Beast and Exile Demon here with another podcast. We brought some special guests, aka some Exile Clan origins we want to give for y'all. Let me put this shit up while I'm talking. Go ahead, Demon. You can give them the rest of the update while I put this shit in here. Head ass. Yep. Basically, we'll be asking them a bunch of questions so you can get to know them. Anything that you want to know, we'll try to ask any of the questions out of the chat as well, along with our own. And let's go ahead and get the second podcast started. So, Hell, what is your favorite game as of right now? Yeah, bro, I really like that game. I fuck with that game too. We need a damn full squad for that bitch. Are y'all getting sound inside of the chat? Can y'all hear them? Can they hear you? He said can't hear hell. Mother, what the fuck? Are you serious? Alright, let me ask again. Fucking, cause they couldn't hear you. It's like I have to go onto the live screen for them to be able to hear you. I don't know why the fuck that is, but we'll run it. Let's ask them another one and then come back to that one. So, what made you want to join the Exile?
Well, I mean, as you know, Beast, I ran into you, Carter, and Captain randomly on For Honor. No one ever talks on For Honor. No one ever has their own mic. They're either in the party or they're cussing at their TV. Everyone knows that. But
That's facts.
this one day, we all happened to be mic'd up in the game chat. Oh, what? You're a vet too? Linked up and been playing almost every day for like years now. Since.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, that's how it started.
Old school, back in the day. You feel me?
What do we fight
Goddamn, 4 years.
for? Peace?
You got any questions, Demon?
Peace is a false hope.
I almost spilled my water there. I had to clean that up real quick.
Had to ask.
Oh yeah, I've always enjoyed my time here.
Reckoning has
Hell
come.
yeah, bro. That's dope. I'm kind of curious though, cause I didn't really beat you before you got into XL, but what was your gamer tag like previously?
Oh,
So
We
my
will start a
original
new
gamer tag
era.
was Give 'em
The
Hell,
truest heroes of this
Yep.
world.
Yeah. So
and that's
what
why I
was
went
the
with Exiled in Hell.
Peace.
what was the origin with your old gamer tag though? Like, what made you pick that?
Well, I mean, like,
We
I'm Army vet, heavy artillery, like we were giving them out, like all day. At CO range.
So pretty wide military background, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I just got out this year. Yeah, April of this year is when I was like officially discharged. So up until now, up until a few months ago, yeah, I've been a soldier since I was 18.
Yeah, brother.
Bro, this man served the country, and tell him what your job is now, bro.
So now I'm a EMT, fighting
What?
this COVID crisis.
Went from fighting
Yeah,
for
fucking
lives
I
to
give 'em
saving
hell.
lives.
But it's a lot of fun.
Being
and
an
to help
MT.
people. Oh yeah, it's tons of fun.
What have you seen on your craziest day at work?
Man, I've pushed people's intestines back in. I've consoled people because they thought their appendages, male appendages, would fall off, or they were going to lose it. I mean,
God damn.
any and everything. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess the only things I haven't really done, I haven't delivered a baby. That's one milestone in the medical field that I have not done.
Like on site type shit where she can't make it to the hospital?
Yeah, that's about it. All this other stuff, yeah, like CPR, like people's brains, blood, guts, all the other stuff.
What?
Pretty much seeing people throwing their poop.
Peace.
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So
Damn.
This got kind of dark.
Yeah, it got dark real quick. I've been pushing their intestines back in like it's on the battlefield, bro.
no, you said worst day, but we helped those people out, so it's all good.
That's what's up, man. I really respect that fucking job. I can't do that shit. I can give somebody some CPR, put a tourniquet on. That's about as good as I can do for you.
That's all it is most of the time anyway.
A new era.
It'll be all right.
Truest heroes.
What
We'll
else
get
do
you
we
to the
have?
doctor.
What else we got, Demon, for this man?
Oh,
Peace is
So we've been playing for a while, bro, and I haven't really heard much about any family members. Do you got any or like
I
wife,
do.
kids?
war.
So I was married. Now I'm divorced. I have a girlfriend, and my girlfriend's, I guess it's her niece, but she's the only guardian. So it's like I'm her guardian, and that's her mom.
Oh yeah.
That's my family, and then I have a big brother that's in the military, another little brother that's in the military. I got a sister in nursing school. Another brother that's trying to do engineer stuff. One of them that does pest control stuff, picking up raccoons and snakes.
I mean, most of your jobs in your family seem like it's meant to help society or help people. I mean, that's just dope. So you know where you came from. That's probably another reason you were pushed into some of those fields you're in.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's pretty dope, bro.
Yeah.
What else we got?
So I do gotta ask too. So with you being an EMT and all, have you ever been on the helicopter?
I have been on a helicopter. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's scary,
loud.
bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. And those pilots are so used to it. They're doing it like it's nothing, and you're over there freaking out. And
Yep.
then there's the whole medical aspect of it. You have to do things differently. The air pressure is different up there. So
Yeah.
your IV bags are different. The heart, the circulation works different. Everything you have to account for. So it's a pain in the ass. You have to fight anxiety and worse patient conditions. I absolutely hate flying.
Yeah, bro. I hated flying in Afghanistan. Like, I didn't mind jumping out of the fucking plane. But flying around in a goddamn helicopter, feeling like I'm just gonna flop right out the window at any moment.
Yeah,
The door, I was just, fuck.
that stuff's wild.
Have
I've seen
you-
a Chinook knock over like 4 porta potties at once because of a poor landing zone.
What?
Yeah, they were porta johns. Yeah.
Was anybody in them shits?
LZ.
The fuck?
There were 2 people in there, but they got to leave training to go bathe in the back of a Humvee.
Oh,
For
that's
Yeah.
nasty. You know they wasn't gonna get that clean in the back of a Humvee. Let's be real. Not as clean as you need
They
to be.
went back. No, they went back home. They didn't sit in the Humvee though. They sat in the bed of the truck.
Oh.
Like,
Sorry,
no,
G.
hop in the back.
It's not safe. That's fucked. So, did you see combat?
I've been shot at a couple times, but nah, I wouldn't really count it.
Okay.
I was more scared over there driving. No.
But you were overseas. You did have a tour.
Yes.
Okay. That's good you didn't get hit, bro. I mean, every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
mean,
saying?
We were shooting all the night, shooting all the time and everything, but we were heavy artillery, so we like to stay away. That's our
Yeah,
role.
y'all shoot from a long range. Well, that's what's up, man. I feel like the community and or members inside the stream got to know a little bit more about who you are. What is your favorite game of all time? Like the game that you would consider was the game that made you a gamer?
Absolutely, Pokemon. I mean, without a doubt.
You ain't count, bro.
It had to be Pokemon, especially the original ones where you had to talk to everyone and actually problem solve. That was it.
Yeah, bro. That's a classic one. That's one.
Yeah,
That's the game
I
that
mean-
made me start getting competitive. Cause I think it's the first game that I took competitively serious on my own terms. I don't count Madden because I didn't want that. But go ahead.
Games were making a huge transition. Like that was a portable console, like, you know, with the Game Boy and then Game Boy Color.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the Pokemon stuff was out. So it was awesome. Yeah.
That's good, bro.
Yeah.
That's really similar to me and Captain's. All right, I don't have any more questions for you. Honestly, hell, if Demon has some, we can go with those, and then we can move on to the next special guest, Kane Origins.
I don't really have very many questions, but I have learned a lot. I do have to say that, you know,
That's what these shits are for.
quite a bit that I didn't know about before.
Boom. Let me go
I
ahead.
want to say again that I want to thank you for your service, bro. You know, like that shit's dope and great. You know.
Oh, thanks for the support, man.
Oh yeah, brother.
All right, hell, thank you. Now we're gonna go ahead and move over to this Mudafuka. What fucking? Let me go ahead and put this picture back up again. Boom. All right. Exile Venom is gonna be the next one that we do. You've probably already heard of this motherfucker with his Rep 70 Vault, Rep 70 Shaolin, Rep 70 Berserker.
Now what will it be?
But if you haven't, I want to welcome him to the podcast. What's up, my G?
What's up?
Good.
How you
bro.
guys doing? So,
Doing good, bro. Doing good. So, we got some questions for you, bro.
what's up, man? What you got?
What was your name before it was Exiled Phenom or Exiled Venom?
It's been through a lot of names, like Dushan Mandic and stuff like that. But originally, it's always been Phenom or Phenomenal, because actually my mom gave me that name when I first got a 360 on Halo 3. And I went to, Phenomenal Vom and all that good stuff. And then finally, when I met you guys in Season 2 of For Honor, I met Exiled Wolf at the time. Kind of got it through, played with you guys a little bit, and I met Rob and everybody else. And then it just clicked. And then Beast accepted me in. And then I just had to switch the names from Exiled Phenom to Venom. And that's pretty much that.
Damn, so your original name had a pretty deep connection since you got it from your mom. I didn't even know that you played Halo before.
Yeah, I played a couple of Halo tournaments and GameStop. Got like third place a couple times. Same thing with Gears.
Oh, nice. You did a GameStop tournament as well? I didn't know that either. That's crazy. I did one for Street Fighter, and I did another one for what do you call that shit? Madden. Fucking Madden.
Oh, Madden.
07 or some shit.
Yeah, I waited like 3 hours per match, because what happened with the Halo tournament, we got there, it was like a local one, it was kind of like GameStop. Anyways, I had like different sizes of TVs from like 8-inch to 42-inch. It was supposed to be SWAT, but apparently we were doing team deathmatch to 50 kills, and I had 30, my partner had 20, and we were going back and forth, and everybody's watching us for the most part. And we're having fun, throwing grenades, good all that stuff. And then after every match, we'd have to wait a couple hours. And then eventually I had to go. It was like 9 o'clock. I had school at the time. But I did a Mortal Kombat 9 on GameStop for the release of 11. The midnight release. I got second place.
Hey.
Because I also served in the United States Army as well. I was a 92 Yankee. And my buddy and I, every day at lunch, we'd play Mortal Kombat. And then when we had that tournament, he ended up beating me. Yeah.
Oh shit, he was ready.
Yeah.
That's what's up though. So I mean, you played a couple different games in a couple different tournaments. That just shows you that you're a real gamer. Fucking, do you plan on getting the new Halo when it comes out? Halo Infinite?
Probably, depending on, because I know Gears of War is also coming out with the next gen and everything. So you know what I mean. That's actually, I've been playing Gears of War since the first one, so about 12 years or more.
Oh,
Halo,
yeah.
I stopped playing Halo after Halo 3 essentially.
Yeah, a lot of people did. We got somebody in the stream, MDM Game, said you don't want it in Gears, bro.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, we'll see about that. Anyways, hit me up after the stream. Anyways.
So, I know you got some dogs, and you was talking a little bit about them earlier. You want to go more into that? Cause I know you're a
My pets?
pretty happy animal person. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So I lived in Alaska for about a year, and we adopted one of our my cousin. He's in the Air Force, and he had an airman that didn't. His wife didn't want the dog no more, so we pretty much put the dog on an airplane and got a carrier all the way from Alaska to here. That's
Damn.
a German Shepherd. Yep, Husky German Shepherd.
Yeah, that's love right there. 'Cause that's expensive.
Yeah, and then we also
Hell yeah,
adopted
it is.
yeah, def.
I did a carrier across the states from Georgia to Arizona, so I for sure know it'll hit the
I
pockets.
did one from Georgia to Colorado, bro. That shit sucks.
Yep, it's ass. It definitely is ass. And then
yeah.
you get your dog back, and you're like, why does he look like he lost weight? I mean, look, he's supposed to be good. Like I could tell shit wasn't like it was supposed to be.
Yeah, my controller disconnected. But then, like, I've been here in Georgia for about a year and a half. So, like, 6 months in, we adopted a black lab. So that way the husky wouldn't feel alone because different, I work differently from my cousin. He's gone throughout the day and I'm gone throughout the morning. So, as like a play friend for the dog, not to be so lonely.
Well, that's good.
That's cool.
That's what I'm getting a carrier for. We're getting another Presa Canario so she can be home with Coco because Coco's by herself now. My family they didn't want us to have our boy back Naka because they love him too much now after he's been there for a couple months.
Yeah, both of our dogs are also female. But I mean, they still have that territorial type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Close that door, King.
So, you was talking about, like you play all these different games and all. So,
Yeah.
what would you say is like the best game you've ever played, like of all time?
Shit. I mean, for a lot of us, I mean, that's a tough question because you played a lot. You played through generations, and generations. You went from Conker's Bad Fur Day on the 64, Super Smash Bros, and then now you're playing Halo and all these other fantastic storylines. Some people would just say straight up The Last of Us. But I mean, overall, I'm gonna have to be a little biased. I mean, Gears of War. I mean, the storyline. I've had a lot of friends play with me. Like we had the split screens with 2 Xboxes connected. I've had those. The LAN parties. I've had those. So I mean, I think Gears of War just overall.
Just overall for more experiences that were
Yeah,
good that you had in the game.
A lot of fun memories. Storyline itself. It's challenging. We got everything we want.
So, going along with that, Gears had a really big emphasis on couch co-op, especially when it came out. Playing as Marcus and Dom. So,
Yeah.
what was your best co-op experience? Like, what was your favorite memory from Gears?
Well, that's actually funny because are you talking about like the campaign or are you talking about like just like a LAN party? Because we were playing like Horde on a LAN party. That's all I'm asking. If you're
I
talking
mean,
about
Horde's part of the whole campaign, like co-op experience.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so I went to a buddy's house. Ironically, short little fun story. He found out my best friend's brother-in-law. He's like, "Hey, I heard you play Gears. I wanna fight you. I won an Xbox by playing Gears of War." He's talking all this shit. So I beat him, and then basically we all became friends. And one day we went to a LAN party, and when Gears of War 3 came out, we started playing Horde mode. And the Lambert Berserker, we've never fought it before. So basically, we got to like wave 49, and it just fucking killed us all at once. And I was just like because we didn't know how to handle it, so it was just like a really fun experience. Just all sitting there, like, oh, go shit, what do we do, And then boom, we all die. Because we killed it, we finally killed it after like 30 minutes of trying to kill it, and then we all died because it's suicide that blew up, and it killed everybody.
God damn. I just want to piggyback off of that, what he just said, the question he just asked. And you said you went to a friend's house to do that LAN party?
That was, years ago, like in high school.
Oh shit! Why haven't you been to Exile Beast house? I think y'all live. I think y'all live like right down the street from each other or some shit.
That's not a part of right now.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. He's gonna deflect that one.
I know
Okay.
the question. No, I got the. I'll answer that on my own accord, bro.
See, at first when he was like, you know, so you went to your friend's house, I was thinking, you know, he was gonna be like, when was the last time that you actually went over to someone's house to play a game with them? Because everything is like so much online now. But he was like, nah, completely different direction.
I just had to throw that out there. I've been waiting to ask him that.
That for years, though. Been asking that for years.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
Still an answer.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's
what's the next question?
On
the spot and shit.
The next question. I mean, I feel like if I ask the same question I asked Rob, you'd say Gears of War. So you personally, you were in the service as well, right?
Yeah, I was a 92 Yankee for 3 years, and I did no tours. In fact, I don't know how to explain this, but I was told I was supposed to go to Djibouti, Africa, when I was supposed to like transfer. I was supposed to be, you know, they kept telling me I was supposed to be here with this unit and stuff like that.
You said Djibouti? I just want to be...
Yeah.
Okay, he said Djibouti. Okay.
Yeah. Djibouti, South Africa. Yeah, South Africa. Yeah, Bravo Company. Because when I got there to that unit, they were just going to Djibouti, South Africa.
And you got to stay instead of going?
Yeah, I was too late. I wasn't transferred enough. And then, later down the road, right before I got out, literally, like a few months before I got out, they were asking me if I wanted to go to, because part of the unit was going to Afghanistan. Like, they were doing rotations. One would go to Afghanistan for X amount of time. One person would go to South Africa, and then so on and so forth. And then one of them, Kuwait. One of them, the main one was Kuwait. That's where we were going to go. But they said that I was already too far in the process, so they just like let me in and said, you're not going. So I've never got to tour as much as I wanted to.
Well, shit, I mean, Kuwait would have been a nice one for you, because I didn't get to go, but everybody I've ever heard that went to Kuwait enjoyed it. They got a fucking Chili's and all this crazy shit.
Yeah, that's not really a deployment.
Yeah, that's not really a deployment. I was on a fucking fob, so I mean,
yeah, that
wasn't shit. It was small, and we got hit every day. So
now you can answer this question for me. So I actually have a question for you, because originally they said I couldn't deploy because I wasn't the right rank, and I was like, what?
That's bullshit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So they're like, you have to be a specialist too, and I was like, I was already been supposed to be a specialist. So I did all the paperwork and whatnot and sent it up. And the retention lady was like, yeah, you have to be a specialist to deploy. And I was like, that's not true.
Maybe that was specific to your unit, because I know every unit has their own specifics. But I mean, shit, I had got right after airborne school. Soon as I got to my unit, they was like, "You're deploying, bro." And I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a game, because my platoon sergeants and my fucking drill sergeants in basic training, they kept telling me, and I didn't believe them. I was like, "Yeah, right, bro. You tripping? I'm not going to immediately deploy. I fucking barely shot this weapon." They sent me over immediately. I got back. I got there to my unit, didn't even get to really settle in with my wife or fucking, like, we had just bought a puppy and everything, and it was like instant. You're going to Afghanistan. So, and I wasn't even I had not even ranked up by that time. You know what I'm saying? I had just got there.
Like an E2?
Yeah, I came back in E4.
Damn. Oh my god. Yeah, cause near my last like 2-3 months, I was getting E4 by auto. It was auto. I was getting auto promotion. Years of service, years of time. So we just got back from a 3-month field trip, FTX, and my NCO was like, "Are you able to pass a PT test? Because that's another way you could probably get to deploy and whatnot." And I'm like, "There's no way now. I've already been an assumption that I was getting chapter 13 for PT failure. So I was like, "There's no way. There's not enough time." So then in the meantime, they put me on RFI duty. In the meantime of me processing out. it was crazy.
That's fucked, yeah. I mean, they tried to do the same shit for me. But at the time when I was in I wasn't like a PT failure or whatever. They kept saying that my neck was too wide for how my body shape was. I'm like, what?
What?
Like, yeah, they literally try to tell me that, you know, when they do the tape around your neck, and they say
Yeah,
your
the
neck's supposed to be a
height, weight.
certain, yeah. My shit was too big, and I'm like, I just came back from fucking Afghanistan. All we had to do there was work out. You know what I'm saying? Work out and avoid being fucking killed. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, that they started doing that shit to me when I got back, and then when I got hurt, that's when I really saw the true colors of my unit. That's what made me want to leave. I was like,
Well,
fuck
cause
this.
yeah, cause we had a lot of people like they had the PX. You know, people would go by the gymaholics, the people that work out. They would buy the supplements, and some of those supplements you couldn't buy because it would make you this hot on the test, and they would get kicked out immediately. Like, we don't care if you took this from the PX. Like, you pissed hot, you're gone. And its funny thing is, it would be people like you. It'd be people that worked out. You know, they were like all PT. They're all muscular, like Brock Lesnar. You know, they're healthy. You know, and then they got kicked out because of a fucking piss test. That wasn't their fault, and it happens all the time.
Oh yeah, that's why soldiers go to the extremes. Like, soon as they find out that a supplement that they took from GM that's inside of the damn PX and shit,
Yeah.
they find out that they could actually be hot from it. They start fucking. I had this one dude, this one homie of mine. He literally took capfuls of bleach, put him inside this big ass gallon water jug, and drank that shit, and he never came up on the piss test. It was the weirdest. I mean, I would have never done it. You know what I mean? I know you fucks yourself up, but he had been doing it for, you know, I guess, but even before he got in, he was like, I know for a fact it works. This is how I do it, blah, blah, blah. And he never popped up on hot on the test. And he was doing some crazy shit.
I don't want to like prolong this little session right here, but yeah.
Honey, that's all good. It's a talk show, bro.
That's true. So I mean, speaking of stupid stories, we had I had a roommate that would eat my fucking shit, bro. And I didn't say nothing. Like, I didn't like he was like, okay, yeah, he was kind of like one of those jocks, you know. He's kind of like, he weighed like 200 pounds of muscle, like a mini Brock Lesnar, bro. He looked like a little Brock Lesnar brother. But anyways, and I was eating fast food stuff, so I didn't think he would eat it. It was like leftovers, and this motherfucker would eat whatever I had, like whatever I bought. I'm like, dude, you're gonna stop doing this, or we're gonna like, it's gonna be a problem. And an NCO heard it. The NCO heard me, and I knew him. And he goes, "What's the problem?" And I don't want to snitch. I don't want to be that guy, but I told him. And he never did it again after the NCO reamed him out. But I mean, shit like that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if that didn't happen, you would have probably just wound up fighting him. Because that's a move that you do when you're trying to punk somebody. Especially if he don't talk to you too. He just gonna go in the refrigerator and eat your shit. He's trying to see how far he can go.
yeah. Because he was trying to, you know, he was trying to see if I was a bitch or not. And I mean, cause, you know, he thought he had the authority, like superiority, because, you know, he works out and I don't, or whatever that was. But, you know, but he doesn't know anything about jiu-jitsu, but whatever the case was. But I also have a question for you. So, when I first got there, when I was like not even a PFC, maybe a PV2, we were in a little gaggle fuck, right? You know, with the NCOs, and a commander was walking towards me, and I'm where I can see the officer, right? So my NCO doesn't see because his back's turned to him. So I do a group attention, right? And I salute. Everybody salutes. But after that, the NCO reams me out. Like, he was supposed to do it. He said the highest ranking is supposed to salute the officer. Like, he was getting me mad at me for that. I'm like, that's not in the regs. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he probably felt that way because he missed it, and because you took initiative, he's pissed off about it. I never got that about NCOs. Like, one moment they want you to take initiative, and then the next moment they're getting pissed at you fucking doing the same shit that they want you to do. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, but me personally, my NCOs, I had bad experiences because one of them was a little meth head. He had to get found out before they believed me because, you know, that whole NCO over everybody else's word. I didn't fuck with that shit. He got kicked out when we got back too. I ain't getting no apology and nothing. That motherfucker tried to give me hella bullshit. But yeah, let's go ahead and get off this topic before I kill it. I'll keep going.
Yeah.
You got any questions for him, Demon?
So I kind of got a question for both of you.
Everyone knows the banter between Exiled, right?
The what?
The banter between all the exiled members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So, you guys have had the longest running banter that I know about to this day.
To what? I couldn't hear you.
He's talking about Rob and I. He's talking
Oh.
about Rob and I.
Oh.
Yeah, having the biggest banter throughout the whole years. We've had the longest one.
Yeah, most shit talking out of everyone. I mean, I don't know. He started talking shit, and it seemed like he needed someone to talk shit with, so I happily obliged.
Yeah,
Literally.
Rob never takes shit serious, so he's like the perfect person for Venom. They can punch each other back and forth.
To this day, I remember the one day that I was like a little heated from For Honor as always, and Rob was like, "That's right. That's what I want to see, Phenom. That's what I want to see. Get me wild up. Talk shit." And he was he wanted me to hype him up. So I was just like, "He's fucking trash." He's like, "Yeah, keep going." And then he got hyped up, and we were just it's just great.
Oh my god, old school shit.
Going along with that, what would your guys say was like your best lines towards each other?
Oh fuck.
Oh man, I think whenever I beat your ass in that tournament, because you were talking shit that you were talking mad shit in front of everyone.
No, I don't.
And then we did that tournament, and then I thrashed you like 3-0
Okay,
in front
I
of
was-
everyone.
Okay, I was mad as fuck
shut him
because
down.
you weren't even supposed to be in the tournament. I was killing it, and you weren't even supposed to be in it. And then you come in there and smack me like 10
You're
seconds.
right.
Literally,
You weren't prepared
yeah.
for me. That had to be my favorite moment.
Fuck you. I don't want to talk to you right now.
You love me.
How do you pick someone not from the tournament? Oh yeah, beat him up.
Goddamn.
So, going with that, Grant, what would your favorite one be?
Oh man, I don't know, man. It was back in season 2, and I can't remember yesterday.
True. But alright, man.
Can't
I mean,
remember.
unless no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you can't remember, to me it kind of feels like he didn't really win very much, bro.
Yeah, he must have
Kinda
lost
been
that
getting
one.
bullied.
I think
I
it
feel
was
calling
bullying. I think it
people
was
no.
bullying. I think that's when Dusty came along, so I just started bullying him.
Until Dusty started talking shit back.
Oh, bro, that was the day
God.
when he put his mouth close as fuck to. Shut the fuck up, you motherfucking bitch. I was like, oh, he's talking.
Just gotta give him a little push sometimes, you know?
Yeah, good old Dust.
Is that it, boys?
Yeah, I think that might be it for our clan origins. Everybody, I hope you got to know Exiled Venom and Exiled in Hell a little bit more. They're savages, and thank you guys so much for coming to the podcast. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next section of this shite. I don't know, hopefully it makes all the damn sound shit on. What is it doing for y'all?
Fucking pieces ass when I first met him.
Audio output 2. Alright.
Wait, what?
Let's move over to the. Wait, yeah, what'd you say?
I forgot to mention how I beat your ass when I first met you. My bad. Let me tell you again.
Beat my ass when you first met me. First off, I didn't even want to play you, bro. I was like, this cocky motherfucker, if I fucking beat his ass, he's probably gonna talk some shit, and I'm gonna have to wind up kicking his ass on the party. I didn't know who you was. This motherfucker's name was phenomenal, coming there talking all this shit with his Kensei. Fuck your Kensei, bro. To this day.
It wasn't a Kensei.
It was a
It
Kensei.
was Temple Garden. It was Temple Garden with my Berserker versus.
It wasn't your
shitty
Berserker.
ass-
Don't ever fucking don't play me on stream. Don't play me. You did not beat my
Whatever,
ass with
bro.
Berserker.
Whatever,
You had
bro.
your fucking Kensei out.
Who taught you how to fucking top? Oh, don't even. Don't even. All right.
Who taught me how to what?
Another day. You get a parry, a top heavy on every parry at the time, and you didn't know that.
You said what?
It's okay. Oh, you know what? Kensei. It was Kensei. You're right. It was Kensei.
Thank you. I just wanted to be sure. I just wanted to make sure
Yeah,
we
you're
got
right.
that
My
cleared.
Yeah, my bad. Continue. Proceed, bro.
I just
Proceed.
remember folding Venom and the rest of his team in a few tournaments, you know.
Oh my
Especially
god,
clutching the one by
man.
myself, that was crazy.
You don't want to talk about that. Don't talk about the failures, right?
Yeah. I've
Shimogi.
never won a tournament, so that's fun.
True. You even threw the one we ran together, and I can't believe that. All you
I
had
don't
to
want
do
to
was
talk
kill
about.
Echoes one time. Kill Echoes one time. That was it.
I'm gonna cry now.
All right, let's go ahead and move over to the game review. I'm gonna make sure that they can hear you through the stream, but if they can't, I'm gonna go ahead and add on the mixer right now. Let's see. They should be able to. I mean, fuck the fucking Elgato's on. Let's see. Audio. Oh, two. Boot. Alright. They'll be able to hear you now. I got it up. So it's audio input capture 2 for you guys. Wait. Go ahead and say something so I can see if this shit move.
Yo.
Yeah, there it is. It's up.
Just drop my lighter.
Piece of trash.
You said Beast is what? Godly?
One?
Alright. So this game right here is called Ancestors Legacy. I'm gonna let Demon take over this because he's played more hours. I played with him. It's a dope ass RTS. Go ahead and let him know what it's about.
Bad, I'll drop my lighter, dude. So Ancestors Legacy, right? I went and spent a few days actually playing through their campaign, and there's a few of them. So going forward with it, you know, as we have already mentioned, you know, it's a RTS game. There's a lot of dealings with medieval ages, you know, and there's 4 different tribes that you can pick from. There's Vikings, there's Slavs, which are kind of like Genghis Khan, you know, like Mongolians basically.
Mm-hmm.
There's some like you can pick like Templars. There's people from like, you know, like the Roman era. Like there's the Anglo-Saxons, you know, like a lot of people know like the Kingdom of Wessex, as we talked about in the last podcast, you know, with the Last Kingdom and things. You know, there's a lot of that knight play and Viking into it, and I remember some parts from the game that it got really tactical, you know, like you can go and set up your like a bunch of defenses and set traps on like pathways, and you can hide in grass and use the environment to your advantage. You know, you can lay siege to castles with ballistas and catapults, and
Yeah, real
it
medieval
was really
time,
good.
like, yeah.
And it really played an advantage too to like how you used your troops, because if you had like spearmen, you know, going up against a shield wall, it didn't always work out so well. But if you could get like a group of archers or something to flank from the back and fire at them from the other side, you know, they're not covering their back, especially in the old times. You know, they always had these weird little formations and everything that they fought in. You know, everything was really close quarters.
Yeah, bro.
Uh,
What are some of the classes that you can have? So, say like if I was playing with the Vikings, what are the classes of soldiers that you can use in war in the game?
So, with the Vikings, just about overall, everyone has like some type of shielded warrior with the sword, you know, for like a defensive type.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone has some type of like a long range, you know, with like a spear or a long sword, you know, like a two-handed like cleaver, basically. You know, it was some William Wallace type stuff.
Okay.
Um, the Vikings themselves had some pretty big war axes, and
Do they
there's
have
also
berserkers?
I was gonna say there's also like berserkers too, and one thing specifically to the Vikings is that their warriors are very strong, especially the berserkers. But berserkers would never run away in a fight; they would fight until their dying breath. You know.
Mm-hmm. You can't retreat them.
Yeah. So with them, you know, you had to be really tactical with that because if you got outnumbered in a fight, then you lost a whole troop right there, you know, and over time it costs a lot of food, you know, and you have to build up your whole village and like you have to send, you know, like workers out, you know, and like increase your population and they have to go out and go mining and hunting for food and
So kind of like Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution, an aspect of you have to grab resources, use those resources to progress in the RTS, build your fucking units up and get stronger versions. Can you get stronger versions of your units in this game?
yeah, you can actually do you can build a blacksmith and with building a blacksmith you can learn new ways to craft armor and like new ways to like level them up in a sense.
That's fucking
But
dope.
also each troop itself had like a specialization that it could go to. You know, they could get like a movement speed boost and that's really helpful with like cavalry or archers because it increases like the rate of fire, you know, how fast they move. So a cavalry, if forces can run faster, you know, they're gonna trample over people a lot easier.
That's true. That makes sense.
Um,
Yeah.
You know, berserkers are very offensive, you know, so it would give them a little bit bonus to their attacks and things, and then you could have like a defensive side, you know, who it would be harder to flank them, you know, they'd be more aware of their surroundings.
Yeah. More and more aware of what's going on. Got a wider range of sight.
Yeah, I would say if you liked anything like Age of Empires or, as you said, like Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution or um, even Halo Wars, you know, this is kind of like a medieval Halo Wars.
Right. So basically, if you're into RTSs and you're into the blood and gore, it has both. It's really good game. I actually bought it as well. It's about what was it, $40?
Yeah, it's $40 on the Xbox.
How you doing,
store
King
at the moment.
James?
It was $10. I just saw it recently. The sale's gone. Also, I saw a unique feature that most RTSs don't have. Like, it's a unique zoom in to where you're actually on the battlefield type of zoom in.
Oh, so you can get up close and personal with your units moving?
Yeah, you actually
Yeah.
see the fights go down as they're happening. You know, you'll see them parrying each other and kicking each other in the chest and them falling down. You know, if they get ambushed, you'll knock them down and like stab them in the throat. Like it's pretty detailed.
That is fucking sick. So, Warheads, if y'all are interested in RTSs, I would definitely give Ancestors Legacy a try. It is really nice and it is a really good game for tactical strategy. Has a zoom in mode where you can see the action happen down on the ground instead of only being able to look at it from the top. So yeah, I definitely put that in one of your games to try this month. We're gonna go ahead and move over to the show review. I gotta do the exact same thing that I did with this one and just add the audio capture for these guys so you can hear them. So 1 second. How you doing, King James? Welcome to the podcast, my G. Edit. And monitoring output. Alright, yeah, they can hear you. Alright, so the show. Oh yeah, thank you, Venom. So this show that we're reviewing is the first anime of the oh, is it repeating what I said twice? Okay, yeah, it is. Fuck it. Anyway, The first anime that we're reviewing in our show review is going to be One Piece because, I mean, obviously it's one of the longest standing animes to exist, and it's fucking amazing. I mean, I was just watching an episode right before we started this shit, and of course it's still amazing. The first episode they come out with since the conception of fucking COVID-19 and all this crazy ass shit. They finally got back to work. What it's about, if you never heard about it, it's about a pirate crew. Basically, the main character right there, Luffy, he's trying to get something called the One Piece, like all the money, all the power in the world, all in one place, and nobody else can find it. Everybody's looking for it. Even in the show to this day, he still hasn't found it. He gets to grow with his band of pirates or whatever. You know, he picks his whole team out specifically over his whole journey. And it's just fucking dope. They have a bunch of different powers. Like, as you can see right there, when they swing through him and fire comes out, they have different types of powers. You know, you got your physical and you got your, I think it's called Logi or some shit like that, to where you eat a fruit or whatever it's called. It's like a fruit with powers, and they have them all over the goddamn show. You'll see people with these crazy ass powers. Some shit don't make sense. Some shit is fucking dope as fuck. Like Luffy's power, when you think of a main character, you would think of somebody who's actually has some crazy, like, powerful shit, you know, fire, you know, ground, some avatar shit, any of the elements or some shit like that. But his power is literally the fact that he's rubber, and he uses it to its full extent. Like, it sounds dumb, but if you look at it, he has a bunch of different forms because he can inflate, he can harden, he can fucking do all this different shit with his body to make him overcome all these different problems that he has. And his team coincides with that. So, I mean, if you never heard of it, I'd definitely check it out. Have you seen this, Demon? Any episodes of One Piece?
I've seen a couple episodes, but it was pretty long ago, honestly.
It's an amazing show, bro. I'd definitely give it another try because there's so many episodes, you can enjoy it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to finish this shit in a month. And that's just facts. You don't have enough hours in a fucking month to finish it all, but it's amazing. He has so far like 5 different forms, and each form he does some crazy ass shit like that he wouldn't be able to do normally if he wasn't. He can't stay in these forms long, like kind of like every fucking major hero, fucking Super Saiyan, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, like all the main heroes, they have these dope ass forms that they can't maintain for a long time because they're so strong. And you get to really see that in this game. I mean, in this anime. Have you ever seen it, Venom? Heard about it?
No, I have not actually. The only animes I have seen are Bleach. What is it called? Fuck. I just saw them. 7 Deadly Sins. There we go. 7 Deadly Sins, Bleach, Kakaishi, Kenichi. I'm starting Demon Slayer right now. I'm only on like the 7th episode. Same thing with My Hero Academia. I know. I've been playing a lot more games and editing than actually watching anime or any of my favorite shows. But yeah, a lot of friends have recommended me Goblin Slayer.
Yeah.
Shows like that. Yeah, stuff like that. But,
those are going to be other ones that we review because a lot of the ones you named are really good.
I know Bleach is getting another sequel or something like that. Another show
really?
coming up. So. Yeah, they announced it like a month or so ago that Bleach is going to be continuing. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if it's going to be like a Naruto to Boruto type shit. I don't know if it's just another take on it or what, but it's coming.
I mean, they said they had that place in other regions. They should just go to another region, a whole new hero and everything. I feel like that would have more longevity than doing the same thing that fucking Dragon Ball Z and Naruto have done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I grew up on Dragon Ball as well. I did finish Kenga Ashura, which is like it has a weird art style of anime, but it's really good. It's all about MMA and fighting, but they have, you know, of course, unique abilities and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I would highly recommend it.
Oh, well, fucking send me that in Discord so I can check that out.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. A lot of Netflix originals on animes are pretty decent for the most part.
Oh, yeah. I've been Kenshin Ashura. If you haven't seen that one, yeah, it's really good. I just saw that Dragon said I've seen parts of One Piece, but not from the beginning. You should definitely check it out from the beginning so you can get the full scope of the story and the growth. The story is well maintained. They don't give you a lot of fillers and all that fucking bullshit. It's just enough content, enough stories going on. It's really good. Definitely check it out. Definitely.
High School DxD.
And I think that's all we got for One Piece. If y'all fuck with anime, man, and you ain't never heard of this shit, check it out. One of the longest standing animes of our time. You definitely gotta check it out.
Oh.
Now we move on to future events. I gotta set up the audio for this one too, real quick.
Berserker's a good that's a good movie. This show's not so bad.
You said what?
The anime Berserker. It's an older anime.
Oh, I watched it. It was hella good. I mean, but they came up with a new version with a different drawing style, and I don't know.
Acquired taste.
Yeah, it was
Anyways.
acquired taste. Okay, future events. Ladies and gentlemen, if you notice a slight change on there of the actual date for the Call of Duty tournament, that is the closest other event that we're having that's going to be pretty big. We haven't come up with a prize for it yet, have we? For the COD tournament?
For COD, I'm pretty sure COD was 75.
A 75 for the prize?
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have a prize. So the Call of Duty 3v3 Search and Destroy tournament with CDO rules will be $75 in prize money for whatever team wins. That'll be dope as fuck to see. If you are interested in that, please hit up the Discord and sign up for it. We also have a Mortal Kombat tournament in the works. So right after that one, that Call of Duty tournament is finished, we'll get the Mortal Kombat a date for it and you know all of that shit. You said what?
I do have information on that. I do have information on that. So we're trying to figure out how that's gonna work with like streaming wise. Probably it's gonna be a casual, so that way the tournament mode won't be available. It's just gonna be custom, so that way you guys can have your custom variations and whatnot. So we're just trying to figure out how, if we're gonna have all the people that are gonna be participating as much as in the lobby as well, so we just rotate, or we're gonna just see them individually. We're trying to figure that out. But the prize is gonna be a small amount, like maybe 10, 20 bucks. And then after that tournament, then we'll start doing tournament variations, so that way you can't use your custom variations, because some people don't, you know, it's just, you know, mixed up. But anyways, that's what we're working on right now. So it could be in a couple of weeks, you never know.
Yeah.
All right.
So Mortal Kombat 11, by the way, for the people who don't know.
What was I gonna say? Oh, another thing. July 13th, 4:30 to 5:30, we're having our very first Pokemon tournament. It's gonna be savage as fuck. If you're interested in Pokemon or anything of that fashion, make sure you sign up for it in the Discord. It's gonna be our first one that we're having. We're trying to gauge how big our community is around it to find out if our next one or the next one after that is gonna be a tournament with a prize. But that's gonna be dope. It'll be our first one ever in that game, just like it is with Call of Duty. We're trying to branch out more. We're trying to extend and broaden how many games we're keeping a spotlight on. It's not just about For Honor anymore, okay? You got anything for him, Demon?
Currently I do not. Other than at least for like future with games and things, Apex is bringing crossplay to like PC, Switch, Xbox, and PS4. So I'm thinking with that, you know, PC has access to custom lobbies. So if we're getting crossplay, we might also be getting access to custom lobbies as well.
That'll be cool.
So looking forward with that, you know, that might mean a few Apex tournaments in the future.
Yes, sir. You know, it's 1 million people to play that game. Oh, y'all naming off all the animes that are savage as fuck? Yes. Yes, they're
Inuyasha.
Inuyasha, one of the best. You know, actually, Inuyasha is the most successful in the selling of their merchandise in all of anime. They've sold the most.
What?
Still to this day. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
It was one of the best ones, bro. It was so good.
That's where my dog's
I've
name was
never
from,
seen it.
Kikyo. Fucking loved it, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, when Exiled Hero was watching that, because that's all he watched growing up from high school. Since I've known him since 6th grade, that's all he watched was anime. I've seen him watch Inuyasha and Naruto at the time. I was like, what the fuck is Inuyasha? It didn't look appealing to me.
It
I
didn't?
didn't really watch anime that like no.
Oh,
But
not
I
at the
seen
time
him
you
watch
didn't watch that much.
Naruto and Bleach at the time. And I was like, okay, that looks better. I don't know. Maybe it was just like you said, the animation and stuff, because it was older and
It definitely is older, but it's one of those you gotta get to know the personality of the two main characters is Kikyo and Inuyasha. You know what I'm saying? Like she's basically a reincarnation of the priest that he knew back in the past. He was like bolted to a tree with a special arrow, and she was the one to be able to undo it because her ancestor, the one she's reincarnated after, was her. He's a straight up half demon. He's half human and half demon. It's so sick, bro. Like the whole storyline, his evil brother, all of it. Like it's full of demons and monsters that he destroys, and Kikyo's on the sidelines doing her little shit with her.
I think next podcast we're just gonna do strictly anime.
Shit, might as well. Shit, have an anime section.
Anime.
Yeah, anime podcast actually. Yeah, but all right.
Somali and the Forest Spirit. Is that good? I saw the damn thing for it, but I don't know. But anyway, your suggestions are well received. We really want you to go into the Discord and the podcast section and drop all your suggestions for what you want us to talk about, what clan members you want to hear from when it comes to clan origins, all of that shit. We want to hear from you guys, and we want to be talking about what y'all want to hear about. Until then, we'll just be doing it like we've been doing it and coming up with shit that we think that y'all will appeal to y'all when it comes to our game reviews, our show reviews, and special guests and shit of that nature. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys on Friday for the Exile Tower. Wait, what is today? Tuesday. Yeah, I'll see you on Friday for the Exile Tower. Thank you.